Hi, you are watching Economy by Bhushan Jalali, a subset of Nancy Foundation. Today, I have chosen the topic blockchain technology, or we can also include in it cryptocurrencies. First, what is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology is also known as distributed ledger technology. Why? The concept can be explained like this that every participant in the blockchain technology is treated as one block, and the number of participants who join this blockchain technologies are linked to each other, which we call chain. So that is why we call that different blocks are created and are joined together in a chain without being controlled by some third party. The main point here is that there is no controller. The system itself controls. The technology which is emerging as the main technology in this Web 3.0 era as the driving force. So again, the different blocks put together, which these blocks are called peer-to-peer players, or sometimes we call it a distributed ledger system. Just like in the case of banks, people used to open accounts. Then in each customer's name there was used to be his account in the ledger. Then ultimately bank used to put it in an aggregate at a macro level in a balance sheet. But in the case of this blockchain technology, the software is developed in such a way that each block is linked with every subsequent new blocks joining the system. So if we have say 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh blocks, each joining, the information, the verification, the validation, the data is shared among all the blocks. That's why this system is also called the highly transparent system. At the same time, since all the blocks in the chain, whenever the system is hit by some transaction or with some new player, the information is shared, the information is validated, not manually, by the proper programming under this technology. So if we have 5 million, 10 million blocks, 10 million players, 10 million customers, so each transaction is shared in an encryption language to every node of the system, to every node involved in the transaction. So whenever there is some irregularity, the same is pointed by n number of nodes involved in this transaction. That is why the problem or the intrusion or the irregularity or some fraud attempts are detected immediately and corrections made. That is why this system is also called highly secured system. Another way of explaining blockchain technology is just we have a chain system and you tie a boat with the bank, or you tie a ship with the anchor it with the harbor. You join different rings from bottom, from harbor to the ship. So as per this technology, the idea behind this technology is that every ring of the chain is shared with the every transaction within the system, and there is no third party which oversees it or which controls it. So point is that it is a decontrolled system, and then any transaction is shared with everyone. But who represents everyone? The program, the application is in such a way that when a person joins this or purchases this cryptocurrency or joins this system, a program is generated in such a way that any new player or any transaction, if it meets your criteria, your requirement, then only his transaction is validated. Otherwise, that is not allowed. That is why you are represented by the system which is called smart contracts. Once you join, the system enters into a smart, on your behalf, the smart agreement with the other system. So whenever there is subsequent some transactions, the technology part which is represented in the application, in the software, that ensures that whatever are your criteria, they are fulfilled to the extent which ensures your safety, your security. Originally, this was created to enable peer-to-peer digital currency transactions in the form of a Bitcoin. But now this has become a disruptive application. So what is a disruptive application? Disruptive means whose application in the system creates upheaval in the existing system. Upheaval not in the negative sense, but in the same sense that old practices, old systems are to be replaced with new systems which are more quick, which are more efficient, which are more safe, which are more secured. So as I said, originally it was used only for the cryptocurrencies. Now it is being used in other sectors like finance, supply chain, voting, contracts, exchange, stock exchanges, in shipping business. This is what is called blockchain technology. If you go into the history, the concept was blockchain concept originated from Ralph Merkle's hash tree data structure. Merkle had given some theory of the cryptography, on the basis of which some Satoshi Nakamoto, he developed this for cryptocurrency called Bitcoin. So who was this Satoshi Nakamoto? Nobody knows. Whether he was some individual or a group of persons or a male or female, nobody knows it. It is believed that when he developed this program to ensure there is financial transaction in cryptocurrency by the name of Bitcoin without the intervention of the third party. When he developed this program, this application, he made it to the public without giving his identity. his or her or that group, it is not known. But it is mentioned everywhere that the entity which developed this is Satoshi Nakamoto. Fine. So initially he developed it as a decentralized digital currency in 2008. Fine. What does decentralized mean? Decentralized means there is no controller, the data or the server, the data or the server or the regulation does not lie with anyone. It lies with everyone. Every block, every ring of the chain, every ledger of the account. That is the concept behind this creation of Bitcoin or creation of the cryptocurrency. As you know, suppose we keep it on in a bank, any money. If you want to transfer money from some foreign country to India, you have to give SWIFT code, you have to give IFSC code, then your transaction will be, you will be remitting money, there will be imposition of taxes, maybe some charges from the remitter as well as the person receiving the money, and everything is being watched by the banks or the regulator or the government. But in the case of this cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, there is no regulator. Just like what happened earlier in the Hawala transactions. That is why nowadays it is said that all or majority of the terrorist activities are done through these cryptocurrencies. So once this was introduced in 2008, initially there had some problems in it. So there was some value addition done by another platform that is called Ethereum. Ethereum is platform on which the cryptocurrency Ether is produced. They introduced the concept of that is called smart agreements, smart contracts. Once you join this through this blockchain technology, a program is developed automatically, which ensures that any new transaction, any new player, whosoever joins, enters into a smart agreement technically, with the help of technology itself. You don't have to do manually, because all your initial parameters in your how much is the amount, what are the terms and conditions of the system, they are already fed in the system. So you are represented by the technology while accepting the transaction done by some new person. That arrangement, if that matches with your parameters, then that transaction is allowed. That is called smart agreement, smart contracts. So let us summarize what are the features of blockchain technology. We call it as a distributed ledger system. Secondly, there is immutability. Immutability means once some record or transaction is fed into the system, it is not erased, it is not cancelled. Once a transaction is done, it is done. You cannot reverse it. While in the case of banks or other things, if there is sometimes you commit a mistake, instead of depositing money in account A, erroneously you created account B. But once you come to know, you can approach to the bank, asking them, this is the reason I was intending to deposit this, by mistake I have written this. So okay, if they are satisfied, they change it. But in the case of this cryptocurrencies, you cannot do it. Secondly, another feature of this is it is secured. Why it is secured? because this is on the basis of this blockchain technology is on the basis of cryptography. That is called the cryptography through hashing and digital signatures. That ensures that secures blockchain network. One more additional feature of this system is that it is a consensus based. Suppose there are two different platforms, different two networks of different two blockchains. If they have a consensus on certain areas, you can have a joint agreement and you can devise the program accordingly. Already it is decentralized. This is faster than other normal system because there is no third party, there is no intermediation. This is the advantage of this has helped decentralize finance. What is decentralized finance means? You can have borrowing or lending without the intervention of the intermediary. That means if you want to borrow money or you want to lend your surplus money, you can do it without directly with the needy persons, without involvement of bank or financial institutions. This is a new ground-breaking concept introduced with the help of this blockchain technology. This is used in the case of properties also, land records also. This is used in the case of health records, research of doctors, e-governance. It is used in education. It is used in bank stock exchanges. Now, what are the types of blockchain technology? It has two types. One is called public blockchain and second is called private blockchains. Public blockchains they are open to all users and are permissionless. You don't require any permission. Every blockchain participant is entitled to read, edit, and validate the blockchain. If you have purchased some this currency, you can sell it or you can purchase it. You don't need any permission. Second is private blockchains. Private blockchains only allow verified individuals to join the networks. For example, in the case of mining, you have to do mining. In those blockchains, only certain restricted persons are allowed. So we can say to a small extent, and with that application, that is both controlled and decontrolled. When you allow only restricted persons, that means there is some control. So for the purpose of mining or like those activities, it is a controlled. We have permission and a hybrid. Sometimes both are permitted. Now, what are the challenges? Complex technology, low scalability. If the transaction is high, the system runs very slow. Security, despite tall claims by the system that it is a safe, secure, still there are sometimes reports that there are some hacking goes there are some frauds are there. Compatibility, when there is some issue between the two platforms, sometimes there is an irritants with regard to compatibility. अब है वह कहाँ ये होता है यूज़, वायर इट इज़ यूज्ड. क्रिप्टो करेंसीज में होता है एनर्जी, पावर प्रोडक्शन में. इफ दे हैव टू चेंज द डेटा बिटवीन द टू ग्रिड्स, टू एजेंसीज, वहाँ होता है. फाइनेंस में एक्सटेंसिवली यूज़ होता है, स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में होता है, हेल्थ केयर में, स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स एज ए जस्ट नाउ सेड. इवन दिस रिटेल में, रिटेल बिजनेस में, टू मॉनिटर द फ्लो ऑफ गुड्स बिटवीन सप्लायर्स एंड कस्टमर्स. Supply chain system is an instrument, it's an important technology being used nowadays. Your shipment has left, say, from far off country. It takes 30 days, 40 days to reach a destination, passing through different countries. So real time you can know the status of your shipment, where it has reached. Same in the case of e-commerce. Whatever products are sold on the e-commerce platform, to ensure that the product sold or available on that platform, to verify its originality, to verify its genuinity, to verify its transaction, to verify its disposal. All for that certain softwares are developed with the help of this blockchain technology. So in supply chain management, this is an instrument, lifeline nowadays. In government departments also. Now the point of vis-a-vis India with regard to blockchain technology. The biggest thing India has done so far is RBI has developed a regulatory sandbox. What does this regulatory sandbox mean? When a new concept, especially new technology, new system is introduced, it is introduced on pilot basis in a particular region or particular organizations or a particular class of people, with the regulator being flexible, with the intention of observing how the new technology is being implemented, what problems it creates, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, what are the adaptability of the public. So for that period of time during the pilot project, the regulatory authorities, what are their guidelines, they keep it a sort of flexibility. So sometimes they revisit their guidelines. That period, that system of regulation is called regulatory sandbox. So India has enabled a regulatory sandbox for blockchain startups to innovate under its supervision regarding cryptocurrency and exchange. So जितने भी स्टार्टअप्स इंडिया में आ रहे हैं who are working for cryptocurrencies, so they have kept their supervisions. Under their supervisions, they have allowed them to develop with regard to programs, with regard to cryptocurrencies and stock exchanges. Secondly, India has done a national strategy on blockchain. It has requested the union government to create a state-specific blockchain applications and offer a reliable digital platform for e-governance services utilizing blockchain technology for e-governance purposes. State-specific projects. For example, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, blockchain policies 2020. Digital India initiatives. Center for Excellence of Blockchain Technologies have been created by this National Informatics Center. This is all I have to share you about blockchain technology. So friends, if you have still some doubts, please do not hesitate to text me at 9419186088. If you like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you.